My hair is weird today, sorry. Hey guys, how's it going today? Chelsea Face here. I have another book haul for you today. So let's just jump into that. I hope you're excited and let's go. So first I have one book, just one regular book. This was sent to me by the author over Instagram. So this is The Haunting of the Old Yellow House on Millard Road by Dal, D-A-L. I'm not sure how you say their name, but this was very kindly sent to me. It's like a middle grade spooky horror book. And I love middle grade and I love horror, so I'm reading that and I'm going to review that for them, but that was really sweet of them to send that to me. Now let's get into the manga. I know, long awaited. I have a decent little stack here of manga that I have purchased since the last haul that I've shown you. I can't tell you exactly when these were bought, but I can tell you if I paid full price or not. So let's just jump into it. The next omnibus of Inuyasha that I needed. This is volume 12 of the 3-in-1 Bizbigs. And they've always been in good condition for me. I have read horror stories of these on Amazon of people who got them and the spines were detached and they fall apart. But I have 12 of these and none of them have had issues. I like them, I recommend them, especially if you can view them in person and you can get some kind of discount, because full price they're $19.99, which isn't bad for the quality in my opinion. They've got these, I think they're called French flaps. I'm not sure what you call those. If you know, tell me please. It's got this creepy monster guy on the back and I hadn't gotten this far in the series, so some of this is new to me. I'm just really loving the series. I think that there is some repetitiveness throughout it that does get kind of old, like just looking through this. I do have some rose tinted glasses for this series, but I do see the flaws in it and I see that definitely the growth of Rumiko Takahashi. You can definitely see it throughout her different series and how she's grown as an author and a writer. And the art is always fantastic, no issues there. It's just sometimes it gets so repetitive and maybe the series could have been a little shorter. I don't know. I'll see how it goes towards the end, but I get so annoyed at my favorite character, Miroku, being useless, essentially useless, because they keep, oh, use your wind tunnel, and then the bee things. It just gets really repetitive. That's my complaint right now, but I do love the series and I highly recommend that you check it out if you're interested in Rumiko Takahashi. I fly through these as soon as I get them. They don't sit on my unread shelf very long, so I absolutely love it. Next I got volume 2 of Imakoi or whatever you want to call it. This is a story and art by Ayuko Hata, and this is so cute so far. I love the first volume. This one's great. This isn't a wrap up. I shouldn't be wrapping things up for you, but I have read this. It's good. Please consider checking this out if you haven't. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous series, and the covers are always like this pretty, almost colored pencil watercolor combination artwork. And I love the guy in it. It's just a really cute romance. And the guy kind of feels a little different from your typical shoujo. So I recommend that if you're interested in something a little different. Next I got Our Teachers Are Dating by Pikachi Ohi. Now this is the final volume. It's only a 4-volume series. I will tell you the first couple volumes I wasn't quite sure if I would like it, but I continued since it was so short, and it's so cute, y'all. Like, I wish they had taken maybe 5 volumes to flesh this out, because the first one was very confusing to me and I could see people picking up the first one and then just not continuing because it just jumps you into this with no context. It almost feels like you should have read a series before this one, and maybe there is and I just don't know about it, but from my understanding this is the first series. But these two characters are adorable. I absolutely love them. Sorry for the glare. And it's just so cute, and the colors on the covers are always beautiful. I love that they get to sit on my shelves now as a completed series, and I'm just so happy that these characters got what I wanted for them and what they deserved, and everyone's so supportive of them, and there is no bigotry or any kind of hatred in this series. So if you're wanting something that feels good and safe and just happy vibes, and I recommend it. I think that it got some spicy moments in it for sure, this one especially. So if you're into a older teen or a mature series for 2 adult ladies who are in love, I recommend this. Volumes are $12.99, so you know, a little more on the expensive side. The next one I got is the third omnibus of Elfen Lied, or Elfen Lied, however you say it. I say Elfen Lied. Y'all, I feel like trash because I read this. I'll just be honest with you. It is not good. It is not a good feeling series. It is not a good overall written series. It is not a good... I like parts of the story. The reason that I am continuing this, I have some nostalgia with the anime. I watched that when I was way too young to be watching that. And it stops very early on. It's only like a 13 episode show, and I wanted to know how the series ends is essentially why I'm reading this. I like the idea of the Diclonius. That really intrigues me. I've always really liked manga series and anime where humans are not the top species, just like Parasite. I love that stuff. It's an Ajin. It's one of my favorite genres in manga and anime. And this one is one of the originals for me, but this volume in particular was so dark. So dark. I do not recommend this. I just straight up don't. I know I've said this before. Don't read this unless you were already into it and you just want to know how it ends and you can handle all of the triggers in this, because I could see this being very triggering for a lot of people. It has so many different triggers in it. I don't even want to list them, but if you can think of a trigger, it's probably in this. So just be aware of that before you pick it up. And you know, I gotta finish it. It's only one more omnibus and I've already finished this. And so I'm almost done. And then I'll be done with the series and I can say, that's one checked off my list. I'm happy with knowing that I know how it ends. Yeah, anyways, that's Elfen Lied. Elfen Lied. Next, I may have made a mistake. Just like last haul I picked up Yona of the Dawn volume 1, I went ahead and picked up another volume 1 of another shoujo series that I don't know if I'll ever be able to get more volumes of, but we will see, because I don't think it's out of print. I think it's just out of stock everywhere and the reprints are taking a really long time. But I have Kami-sama Kiss volume 1. Everyone has told me to read this. I have a best friend who lives in Tennessee that out of the blue one day just messaged me and said, hey, have you watched Kami-sama Kiss? And I said, no, I've heard of it. And I remember this being big back in the day when it first released, but I wanted to read it first for some reason, just because I feel like the time it came out, it might have been in that cheesy 90s, 2000s anime era, and I wanted to read it so that I got the source material before I watched it. Sometimes I just feel like reading it first. I like it. I think that I definitely see the longevity of this series within this first volume. I think that it probably will get better. The first volume was pretty good. I hope I can find volume 2 and 3 very soon. I've got some reprints in my cart that I'm waiting till closer to time to order them. So yeah, I hope to continue it. It's a really long series. I think it's like 30 something volumes. I don't know. I do not know, but if I continue it, that'll be fun. But if I don't, then it's not the end of the world as of right now. Next, I got a complete series. I found these. I've been looking for this series for about 7 or 8 months now, and I had heard about this series from some YouTuber. I can't remember who it was. I'm so sorry. But they talked about it and it got me intrigued. I looked into it, read the first couple chapters on Shonen Jump app, and I absolutely had to have it. This is Black Torch, volumes 1 through 5 by Tsuyoshi Takaki, or however you say their name. This is volume 1. It's a shonen series, and volume 2 is really hard to find. For some reason, I guess it just didn't get enough printed, or it's just harder to find for folks. It can go upwards of anywhere from like $40 to $120, I think I saw one sell for. Absolutely insane. And I found 2 through 5 for like less than $30 on Mercari one day. I had it marked as like a notification thing to pop up for me when someone listed something with Black Torch in the title. And that's how I got those. And then I just ordered the first volume used also. So this whole series I bought used, and I'm very proud of that. And I'm proud that I paid less than cover price for all of them. So far I'm liking it. I'm really sad that this is supposedly, yeah, this is the final volume. There's only 5. And I don't feel like this story could be wrapped up in 5 volumes. So I don't know if it was discontinued or if it was originally planned to be only 5 volumes, but I have read the first 2 already. And I really like it so far. It has like a Kaiju number 8, Bleach, Jujutsu Kaisen kind of vibe, like all 3 of those put together. And I really like it. I think that it has really, really good potential, and I can't wait to finish it and have that nice series on my shelves. Next, I have a very new to my collection volume. I got this like 2 days ago. Waiting for Spring Volume 5. This is by Anashin, and I've been collecting that series for a while, but I have not been able to find this volume, even brand new. Like maybe they got a reprint, but I found it pretty easily when I checked again recently, and I was just really excited and I got a discount on it. And I'm just happy to continue the series. It's like 13 or 14 volumes long. It's just a nice little simple shoujo about a basketball group and a girl who falls in love with one of the players. I like it. I think it's cute. It just feels really wholesome to me, and I'm excited to continue it. Probably read that one today. Next, this is one my husband picked out, and he put it back several times every time we would go into Barnes and Noble. And I told him, I said, you really want to read this, you just keep telling yourself not to get it. And so I just got it for him. Spy Family. Everyone talks about how amazing this series is, and I'm sure there's some romance in it, and there's some action and drama and stuff like that. Ooh, it's rated older teen. I did not know that. Why is it rated older teen? Anyways, it's only $9.99, so I said, what would it hurt to at least try reading it? And if we don't like it, we can just watch the anime, or if we hate it, which I doubt we will, we can just drop it. But I wanted to check it out. I figure I could resell this volume if I don't love it. And the art seems really cute. It's just all over the internet. Everyone loves it, so I had to try it myself, but I have not read it yet, so I'll get to it eventually. Next, I have the newest volume, at least where I'm at, volume 6 of Mao by Rumiko Takahashi. This is a fantastic series so far, in my opinion. It's kind of supernatural, fantasy, Taisho era in Japan. Time travel-y series of this girl who goes to a part of Japan during the Taisho era. She's modern day, so it's kind of like Inuyasha, how Kagome goes back to the feudal era. A lot more dark and sinister, in my opinion, than Inuyasha was. Inuyasha just kind of stayed in that not too dangerous area of battling demons and stuff. And this one feels a little more high stakes, just a little bit, not like intense or anything. But I do really like that it's got like supernatural elements to it. It's kind of spooky. Main character Mao gets more interesting and in depth the further you get into the series. At first I was just not into this character, but now I really like him. And our main girl, she's got some secrets and some things that she doesn't know about herself that she's learning as she grows through the series. And the character designs are fun. I really like the direction it's going. I think that this could be a really long series. I'm not sure how long it's supposed to be, but it's really good. I recommend it. I think that it's one of Takahashi's best works so far that I've read, which I haven't read all of her series, but I can definitely tell the progression in writing has improved. So I really, really love it. Takahashi is one of my favorite mangakas, so I want to pick up all of her work. And the final thing I have for this haul, I'm pretty sure this is it. Fire in His Fingertips Volume 4. This is by Kawano Tanishi. Kawano. Y'all, I have been so excited for this volume. I will admit that I'm trash, but I was so disappointed. Like, I don't want to spoil anything for y'all, and if you're gonna pick this up, I'm really sorry that you have to hear this, but it's not as good. Volume 1 through 3 were fantastic. Nothing wrong with them other than like your personal levels of what you like to read in your adult content. Some people don't like that the consensualism wasn't as straightforward in this series, and I totally understand that. If you don't like that, that's great. Don't read it. But I think that for me, I could handle reading it in this fictional setting, but everyone has to make that choice for themselves, of course. If you're reading this, you're an adult and you should be able to make that choice. But this one, there were so many things wrong with it, in my opinion, and I'm really sad that it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. I got up early this morning to read it because I like to read it in the morning, just because the sexy time scenes, they were censored a lot. I know it sounds really pervy of me to say, but that's like part of the point of why you pick these books up. It's rated mature, warning, parental advisory on the cover, and yet half of the stuff was censored when it wasn't censored in the first 3. Like, why are you just now censoring these scenes? I have a feeling they were cut in half too. Like, I feel like the scenes were shorter than usual, and that just really disappointed me. That is not the only reason I pick up this series, in all honesty. I like the story. I like the characters, Ryo and Soma. They're really, really cute, and they're fun to watch their interactions and just their romance that's budding between them as they live together. Anyways, it's cute, not just sexy. And this volume was more focused on this other guy. I feel like Rio made some awful decisions when she's supposedly in love with this character, and it disappointed me, and I was disappointed in him, and I was disappointed in the censoring. Like, it, at first I was loving it, but then when I got to like the substance of what this volume was, I was just really sad. Anyways, I didn't mean to review that for y'all. I'll probably cut some of that out. I got this volume. I'm glad to have it. I hope that if the series does continue from here, that it goes back to the way it was. I'm just really sad that it has been censored more than usual, and I'm gonna go back and look at the last volume just to make sure I'm not crazy. But I did see it in the reviews. Someone else mentioned that this one is a lot more censored too. So yeah, I do not like that. I came to this volume for a reason. I liked what it was doing, and when you change what you're doing, you can disappoint your fans. Please go back to what you were doing. But yeah, that's all that I have in this haul. I had 14 or 15 volumes to show you, so I hope you enjoyed, and if you did like this video, please like it and subscribe. I really appreciate your support, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.